This is a Sounds of Brass newsroom. I'm Peter with your complete 15-minute roundup of the biggest brass band stories from the past week from across the UK and the wider banding world. The national campaigns return to put brass music back into schools and public spaces. The Brass in Concert lineup for 2026 is now confirmed. A record-breaking result at the North American Championships and a major milestone for one of Australia's most successful bands. Let's begin. Part of brass band celebrations this summer. Brass Band Week and Proms in the Playground are back. This summer's celebration of brass banding will take place Saturday the 4th to Sunday the 12th of July 2026, with Proms in the Playground kicking off from the 22nd of June to the 24th of July. If you love brass banding as much as Brass Bands England does, then it's time to shout about it. All Brass Band England members, be they community bands, youth bands or contesting bands, are all invited to register their events as part of the week in order to benefit from a range of promotional activities. Every band that submits will also be automatically entered into a prize draw for brass bands related goodies. As well as raising awareness of bands and the spaces they play in, Brass Band Week aims to connect audiences with bands, including opportunities to support a band, hear performances or begin playing themselves. Highlight events. Brass Band England are proud to have partnered with members in addition to selecting a number of must-visit events taking place throughout the week. These include the Red Admiral's Hymn and March contest on Saturday the 4th of July, Pershore Midsummer Brass Band Festival on Sunday the 5th of July, and the Brass On Music Festival taking place as part of the Barnsley Big Weekend. Brassed Off returns. 30 years after the much-loved film put brass banding on the world map, Leeds Playhouse are bringing Brassed Off to the stage in a brand new exclusive production featuring live music from members band Wakefield Metropolitan Brass Band and Horbury Victoria Brass Band. The show will run from Thursday the 18th of June to Saturday the 11th of July, making Brass Band Week the perfect time to visit the theatre. Proms in the Playground. Hand in hand with Brass Band Week is Brass Band England's educational initiative Proms in the Playground, supporting schools and brass bands to make music happen in the final weeks of the summer term. You can now register your event or your interest. For schools or bands wanting to participate but without a confirmed partner, expressions of interest are open for the BBE team to support in matching opportunities. Free-to-access resources are available for schools and members of brass bands, including downloadable sheet music to perform and activities for curriculum classroom learning. New for 2026, Brass Band Week Awards. As part of the celebration occasion, this year BBE will host the Brass Band Week Awards. The 4 categories that will be open to nominations on Saturday the 2nd of May are Best Massed Band Event Award, Brass Band Week Project Award, Heart of Banding Award Individual, Best Educational Initiative Award Proms in the Playground Pacific. Nominations will close on Monday the 8th of June with public vote for the Best Massed Band Event and Brass Band Week Project Awards opening during Brass Band Week. More information will be made available soon. Don't just play it, post it. To support members, BBE will be delivering a practical webinar helping members attract audiences, build excitement and showcase their bands. It will take place ahead of Brass Band Week on Thursday the 11th of June, giving your band plenty of time to put the tips and tricks into your social media calendar. So, register your event. Listings are exclusive to Brass Band England members. To register your event, simply upload from your member account on the Brass Band England website and it will be automatically put through to the listing tab. All information for bands and audiences can be found on the Brass Band England website at bbe.org.uk/BBW. That's bbe.org.uk/BBW. Got something extra special coming up or want to chat about planning an event? Then email brassbandweek@bbe.org.uk. That's brassbandweek@bbe.org.uk. On Sunday, the 3rd of May 2026, the Fordham's Band will be performing at the Citadel Northwich. The concert is promoted by the East Anglian Brass Band Association, which celebrates its 95th anniversary this year. The concert is the 87th annual gala concert organised by the association. The concert starts at 3:30 p.m. Tickets costing £22 each will be available on the door. So if you want a concert to go to, then the concert starts at 3:30 p.m. Tickets costing £22 and they will be available at the door, and that's being held at the Citadel, Norwich. The European Brass Band Association is pleased to announce that the European Brass Band Championships for 2028 will be held in Birmingham, England. It was reported on the 24th of January 2026 that Brass Bands England would no longer be the host organisation for the 2028 European Brass Band Championships. Following that announcement, the EBBA has contacted and been approached by several alternative host countries and organisations to host the event in 2028. This eventually led to opportunities where EBBA could consider around 10 different leads, initiatives or options to host the event in other places. However, the EBBA received strong feedback from many stakeholders in UK and Europe that there was a strong positive interest and support to stick to the original idea to make it Birmingham and England for the 50 years anniversary for the event, which started for the first time in 1978. Based on a thorough evaluation of the possibilities and on a strong commitment to the original ambition, it turned out to be possible to hold the event in Birmingham for the anniversary year 2028. The booking for the last weekend of April 2028 has now been reinstated with B Music, the charity responsible for Birmingham Symphony Hall. This will also mark the fourth time the event has been hosted at one of Europe's finest concert halls. The event will be organisationally and financially undertaken by EBBA. To help realise this, EBBA has received a donation from a private sponsor who wants to support the EBBC in England for the anniversary. We are extremely pleased and thankful by the strong, engaging and encouraging feedback from the EBBA. Member countries, other possible host organisations and cities, the band and other stakeholders we have been in dialogue with during this process. This confirms and demonstrates the reputation and attractiveness to be involved in the European Championships. The most prestigious entertainment-style contest, Brassing Concert, has announced its full 2026 lineup. The event, held at the Glasshouse International Centre for Music, will feature 11 elite bands supported by a principal partner World of Brass and sponsors Yamaha and Banks Group. Saturday's championship will see 11 bands take to the iconic stage, each offering a uniquely crafted performance devised to entertain. Among them are reigning championships, a cooperation band, the 2025 National Champions of Great Britain, Desford Colliery Band, and Hepworth Band return after an 18-year absence from the contest, following the recent success of becoming Yorkshire's regional champions. Turtness Brass from Norway also made the brass in concert debut, qualifying from the 2025 performance at the Sidis Brass Entertainment Contest. The competing bands are Allborn, Brighouse and Rastrick, the Cooperation Band, Corey Band, Desford Colliery, Fordens, Flowers, the Gust Band, Hepworth Band, Turtness Brass, and Tredegar Brass. The championship promises a weekend of high-level artistry and innovation, with the bands preparing themed programmes designed to push the boundaries of brass band presentation. And across the Atlantic now, the North American Brass Band Championships, the NABBC, delivered a spectacular weekend in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The Five Lakes Silver Band claimed top honours with a record-breaking score of 98.567, making one of the highest results in the contest's history. The performance was praised for its precision, musicality and consistency across all sections, a defining moment for the ensemble on the North American stage. Commenting on the well-earned victory, a spokesman from the band stated, "The band are thrilled with their performances over the weekend. Congratulations to all who competed, especially to Fountain City Brass Band and Dallas Brass Band. We are proud to share the podium with you both." The Riverside Youth Band held its 9th annual Solo Festival, showcasing more than 20 young brass and percussion players. Accompanist Claire Haslin supported the performance as they presented their solos to adjudicator Lauren Coulson. The event drew a full audience of families and supporters, highlighting the strength of youth development in Scottish banding. The senior solo class was won by trombonist Annie Jones, St Stephen's High, ahead of cornet player Bramble Kane, Notre Dame. In second, with trombonist Cameron Mitchell, Inverclyde Academy, and Scott Smith, third equal. In the intermediate category, tuba player Aaron Arthur from Port Glasgow High won ahead of fellow tuba player Callum McCowan from St Peter's High in second, and baritone player Cameron Mitchell in third. The junior section was won by flugelhorn player Logan Mitchell from Ellie Mill Primary ahead of tenor horn player Callum Good from Ardgowan Primary in second. The Jack Leach Memorial Trophy for performing excellence was awarded to Aaron Arthur. The Solo Festival came during a busy period for members of Riverside Youth Band. They recently brought home Platinum and Gold Plus awards from the Scottish Concert Band Festival. Members also performed in a Sunday afternoon concert at Lyle Kirk in Greenock, before members provided music to accompany worship at the Easter Sunrise service in Port Glasgow New Parish Church. And that brings us to the end of this week's Sounds of Brass news and Sounds of Brass entertainment news from the world of brass bands. A concise, authoritative look at the stories that is shaping the brass band world. Remember to join us next week for another full roundup of contest results, community projects and international developments. So from the Sounds of Brass newsroom desk, I'm Peter. Thanks for listening and keep supporting your brass bands, and let's keep brass banding alive.